Sherrill, you've been at the IAB now for a little over 2 years. How has the interactive landscape changed, or not, since you've started?
Uh, that's a really hard question because it's such a dynamic business that change occurs sometimes momentarily, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly, and the speed at which the change is occurring and the magnitude is far greater than anything I'd ever seen in traditional media. It is it is quite astounding to me that what I have seen happen that's really a fundamental change is advertisers and agencies are no longer just saying, yes, digital is nice. They really are embracing it. They really want to harness its power. There's a clear understanding that if you do not understand digital and you do not move your businesses forward and you do not go through transformation, that you may very well be left in the dust. And when I got here, that was not as clear. Digital was still an amazing opportunity. It was an experiment. It was, yes, we'll do it to be sexy, or yes, we'll extract added value from a media seller. It is now an integral part of how many marketers think about how you use media in order to build a brand, sell a product, sell a service. That to me is the transformational change. Whether or not they actually implement or they spend enough is a whole nother question. But the fact that mentally and intellectually the outlook is you must use digital media, that's a big, big change. I don't think the dollars are there yet, and the dollars should be there. And that's part of why we try so hard with our members to create standards, to create transparency, to make it possible for people to easily incorporate digital media of all kinds in their plans, their media plans.
So Sherrill, what I'm hearing you say is, interactive, deserves a larger share of the budget, etc. It sounds a lot like early days of cable that we both experienced.
And the answer to your question is, in many respects, the feeling is back to the future. However, and I will stipulate this, digital is far more complex, and the way consumers, complex in that the opportunity is even greater. The way that consumers use media is completely different. The beauty of cable, even back in the early days, and even in its struggles to garner more share or fair share, the beauty of cable is it's television, it's the same medium. It is fundamentally the same consumer experience. So, despite the challenges and despite the silos, and in many cases it was a structural silo that brought it about because the agencies were organized, these are the broadcast TV buyers, and they bought on day parts, and along came cable, and it was, oh, there's all these networks to buy. But fundamentally, it's television. People do the same things with it. The commercials, which are ad units, are standardized. The pods are standardized. There really wasn't, as challenging as it was nothing compared to what the challenges are for digital media, nor what the opportunities are for marketers, because in the digital world, people use media completely differently. People relate to media completely differently. People relate to how other people who matter to them use media completely differently. Doesn't take away from the excitement of water cooler TV. It doesn't take away from the experience of seeing something in HD TV that has power and beauty that perhaps doesn't show up on a smaller screen. However, people do not isolate neither their media nor their social experiences to television. So the challenges and the opportunity in digital media are far greater than they ever were for cable. And the idea that you can take a product and or a brand and or a service and market it literally womb to tomb from digital media is an amazing thing. You can do the whole purchase funnel. You can build awareness because you have mass reach. You have digital video. You have the ability of people to watch television programs on their computers, on devices. You have the ability to take people literally from awareness to the actual purchase. You have the ability on the same medium to build communities of passionate fans, of friends of a brand, of high users, high volume users. You can build a full research lab for your brand, for your product, for your service, right there on the same medium where you built awareness. And people as in media people, media professionals, have yet to unlock this enormous power.